Hi, I'm Eric Scotto, and I'm from the cast of Something Rotten on Broadway, and I'm about to dance through my resume. I made my Broadway debut in Annie Get Your Gun. Then, Aida with Wayne Cilento, which was an absolute thrill. That dude is a beast. And some of those friends from Aida are still super close to this day. 42nd Street came to me at a time when I really needed something, and I had been just a straight up old school musical theater guy through college, and I was a tap dancer, and then right when I got to New York, everything kind of went pop. It was Footloose, it was Aida, it was all this stuff. So to return back to what I believe were my song and dance man roots, it was really an amazing experience to be a part of, and I'm thrilled that I got to tap that stuff. Sweet Smell of Success was an amazing, artistic, interesting, dark experience. I have to say, at my young age, I did not fully appreciate what it was at the time, but now, looking back, God, I was lucky. Christopher Wheeldon is an unbridled creative force in a room. Sweet Charity was a thrilling return for me. It was my second chance to work with Wayne Cilento on Broadway, who is by far one of my favorite people to ever work for. He works so hard and he's killing it in that room. It just inspires you to do more and to do better and to push yourself farther. And dancing that Frug was by far my absolute favorite thing I've ever danced on Broadway. A chorus line is kind of huge for my life. I first did a chorus line when I was 15 in a community theater. Then I did it as soon as I got to New York. My first huge job was the tour of Chorus Line. I was Paul, I was 22 or 3, set by Bjork Lee and Michael Gorman. So to learn that work from as close to the original source as humanly possible was major for someone just starting out. That was an incredible experience. Then I did it in regional and regional again. And then years and years later, I ended up doing the Broadway revival of it. Again, there's Bob Avian, Bjork Lee. It was fantastic to have gone through so much of my life, always returning home to this show. I have now played or understudied every male role in the show, from the cut dancers to Zach. And it is a show I have always returned home to, and I hope to do it many, many, many more times. I love it. Pal Joey, I sat and smoked, I played the drums, I drank fake cocktails, and that was my night. Rock of Ages was pretty much the most fun I ever had on Broadway. I was a vacation swing, so I covered 3 different people. I was there a ton of the time. The cast was so ridiculous and fun, and the audiences were insane every night. I'm pretty sure I lost a chunk of my hearing, but it was a blast, and the cast was wonderful. We had a great time. I loved it. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert was a blast. I was swing and dance captain, and I covered the role of Tick, which was kind of life-altering for me. Covering the role of Tick in Priscilla was huge for me. It was the first time I ever truly felt like I could just be myself on a stage. There's a gay guy who is outrageous and flamboyant performer, but he's also a dad and really wants to be a family man and rise to that occasion. In general, the show was ridiculous and fun and outrageous, and the most sensationally huge, ridiculous costumes ever. Man, was that a blast. I have been very fortunate to have done these 12 Broadway shows, working with incredible directors and choreographers and their various creative processes, and now to be in Something Rotten, directed and choreographed by Casey Nicholaw, who also was a dancer and an understudy and worked his way up to be director-choreographer. I'm so thrilled to button my career at this moment with his work in Something Rotten.